Yasu Malakedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Nicolas Cage. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That is a dialogue that was done by Nicolas Cage in a movie called Vampire's Kiss, where he recites the entire alphabet. Why, you ask? I have no fucking idea. Even I maybe it's because the therapist, she didn't understand. Listen, I have no idea what's going on with Nicolas Cage's life the last, let's say, 20 years. Okay, he's had some money problems. He's doing all these movies that just nobody is seeing or ever heard of. I mean, to this day, he's credited in 103 movies, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. The last, 5 years, it looks like he's averaging at least 5, 6, 7 movies a year. As we all know, dinosaur heads cost a lot of money, and, it's just some of the weird purchases he's made over the years. But how did he end up like this? How did a beloved and cool actor like Nicolas Cage end up like this? The guy's got a million faces. He's a character actor. He's a method actor. He knows what he's doing. But yet he chooses to do all these straight to video shit, and nobody knows what happened. We know what happened, but we don't want to believe what happened. But I'm sorry. Let's just get to the story of Nicolas Cage. Thank you, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, for always helping me out. There's a great picture of Nicolas Cage on there. He's smiling. He's enjoying himself. It's all good. Let's just get to the bottom of this. Nicholas Kim Coppola. His middle name is Kim. Okay. Born January 7th, 1964. Known professionally as Nicolas Cage, is an American actor and filmmaker. Cage has been nominated for numerous major cinematic awards and won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award for his performance in Leaving Las Vegas. During his early career, Cage starred in a variety of films, such as Rumblefish, Valley Girl, Racing with the Moon, Birdie, Peggy Sue Got Married, Raising Arizona, Moonstruck, Vampire's Kiss, Wild at Heart, Firebirds, Honeymoon in Vegas, and Red Rock West. Cage received an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award for his performance as an alcoholic Hollywood writer in Leaving Las Vegas, before coming to the attention of wider audiences with the mainstream films such as The Rock, Face Off, Con Air, Snake Eyes, and City of Angels. In October 1997, Cage was ranked number 40 in Empire's magazine's top 100 movie stars of all time list, while the next year he was placed number 37 in Premier's 100 Most Powerful People in Hollywood. He earned his second Academy Award nomination for his performance as Charlie and Donald Kaufman in Adaptation. He also directed the film Sunny, which he was nominated for Grand Special Prize at Deauville Film Festival. Cage owns the production company Saturn Films, and has produced films such as Shadow of a Vampire and The Life of David Gale. He has also appeared in National Treasure, Lord of War, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, and Kick-Ass. Films such as Ghost Rider and Knowing were box office successes. In the 2010s, he has starred in The Croods, or The Crodes, I don't know how to pronounce that, The Frozen Ground, Joe, Dog Eat Dog, Mom and Dad, Mandy, Spider-Man, Into the Spideyverse. He was in that? Oh. And also narrated the documentary Love and Tosha. So, as you can see, Nicolas Cage has done a lot with his career. He was also married to Patricia Arquette between 1995 and 2001. For those of you who don't know that, she's an awesome actress who was in one of the coolest movies, in my opinion, of all time, a little film written by Quentin Tarantino called True Romance. And he was also married for a very brief period to Lisa Marie Presley between 2002 and 2004. Yes, Nicolas Cage was married to Elvis Presley's daughter. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it didn't work out. We all wish it did, but these things happen. But Nicolas Cage has been able to just always surprise us with these really just outgoing roles and just him just being all cagey. Now, what I mean by that is if you ever see a Nicolas Cage film, okay, you can tell he's cut from a different cloth, okay? Like I said before, Nicolas Cage. It's a cool name. I mean, that alone, you got to be an actor. Obviously, like I said before, that's not his real name. His last name is Coppola. And for a long time, he did go by that name in movies. And keep in mind of a little other famous director that directed a little film called The Godfather and Godfather 2, Francis Ford Coppola. I believe he is his uncle. That is pretty cool too. He has surrounded himself by all these cool people. You think it's by accident? He's just a cool guy. A little eccentric, sure. Does, like 80 movies that you've never heard of. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, the movies that he did do, that's what counts. And there's so many cool things about Nicolas Cage. Let's just forget about the films for a couple seconds here. Okay, let's focus on these actual facts. For example, to stand out from his famous relatives, like I just said before, he chose the name Cage. And it was inspired by the African American comic book superhero, Luke Cage. I had no idea. That is fucking cool. It would have been nice if he showed up in the show, but then again, all the shows on Netflix got canceled anyway, so time will tell. A native of Long Beach, California, he dropped out of Beverly Hills High School after passing his GED, which afterwards he pursued acting. So, there you go. When Late Show host David Letterman asked Cage whether he drank beer in high school in 2010, the movie star said one time he and his cat devoured a bag of mushrooms that have been in his refrigerator. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend a lot of things on YouTube all the time. Everything from that one clip of the dude from the 60s there singing to Conan O'Brien picking apples with Mr. T. But this interview is epic. You have to watch this. I can't do it any justice. All I can say is just sit back and watch the show. And for those of you who don't know what mushrooms are, okay, we all know the mushrooms that we eat regularly with a meal. A lot of people like them on pizza. A lot of people don't. The point is, these special ones will trip you the fuck out. I can imagine the conversations him and his cat had, but I would have loved to have been there. And he should have recorded it. Why didn't he? I don't know. When he was 4, he would have this recurring dream in which, and he's quoted, "I was on the toilet and this giant blonde genie woman in a gold bikini would reach into the bathroom window like King Kong and pluck me off the toilet seat and laugh at me." Again, I mentioned the shrooms. Is everything connected here? I don't know. Let's just move on. He met his first wife, Patricia Arquette, at a deli in Los Angeles. During their courtship, she asked him to bring her J.D. Salinger's signature on something to prove that he really loved her. And he did. He did. You know why? Because when you love somebody, you do whatever it takes to get them. Even by a book. Now, like I said before, Nicolas Cage was married to Lisa Marie Presley. So was Michael Jackson. So they both have that in common. That's cool. Cage and Presley met at a birthday party for the rock guitarist Johnny Ramone. And the Ramone star was the best man at their wedding. Again, he surrounds himself with all these fucking cool people. The guy must have charisma up the ass. Anyways, one of his favorite lines to deliver in a movie is "Vive la fucking France, man," in Deadfall, 2012. Let's see how that would sound like. "Vive la fucking France, man!" That's not bad. In Birdie, 1984, he played a ladies' man who was severely wounded in Vietnam. And during the production, he decided to get his teeth pulled so that he could connect with some kind of physical pain. Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, he is a method actor. Nicolas Cage does not give a fuck. I'm pretty sure if he played a boxer, he would have all his teeth removed. You would need that to play Bobby Hall. Other than that, he does what he's got to do for his role. He ate a live cockroach for a scene in Vampire's Kiss. Okay, so not only does he know the alphabet, but he was very hungry. Which is why his manager got him a birthday cake in shape of a cockroach. Great. The directors of The Croods, or The Crows, as it's pronounced, essentially waterboarded Cage when they were shooting a scene in which the actor had to scream into a large tank of water. How many times do I have to say Nicolas Cage does not give a fuck? He does whatever he has to do. Even if he's recording something for a cartoon, you do what you gotta do. On July 31st, 1998, he was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame. As of October 2013, he is the best global actor in motion pictures, at least in China, according to the judges of Hauding Awards. I've never heard of these awards. I guess I've never heard of Marlon Brando, but okay, fair enough. The late renowned movie critic Roger Ebert has praised Cage's acting, writing in a review of Adaptation. There are often lists of the great living male movie stars: De Niro, Nicholson, and Pacino. Usually. How often do you see the name of Nicolas Cage? He should always be up there. Ebert has also described Cage as having two speeds: intense and intenser, as well as a good actor in good movies and an almost indispensable actor in bad ones. I do agree with this. But let's also keep in mind that Roger Ebert's favorite movie of all time is Star Wars. Star Wars. Rest in peace. Cage has said Jerry Lewis is one of his idols, as well as Marlon Brando. Ah, there you go. Montgomery Clift, Cary Grant, and Robert De Niro. All right. There you go. The man has good taste. More recently, he told The Guardian that Anthony Hopkins is his hero at the moment because he is a marvelous, magnificent classical composer who delivers dialogue in a musical way, according to an interview published in July 2013. It's true. It's very true. You see the movie recently, The Two Popes? Did a great job. He even got nominated for an Academy Award. Cage has said Jim Carrey offered him a role in Dumb and Dumber, but that he turned it down for a part as an alcoholic in Leaving Las Vegas. And this is according to an interview that he gave in 2012 with the Huffington Post. I never knew that. If I had to guess what role it was, something tells me it might have been the cop that accidentally drank the piss. That's my guess. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Harlan did a great job with that role. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. In fact, his performance in that film, in Leaving Las Vegas, not the Dumb and Dumber, earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role in 1996. I mentioned this before, we all know this, in which includes a memorable, somber scene in which he dances in a liquor store. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a couple drink or two or million in my lifetime, but if you have never danced in a beer store or in an LCBO, you haven't lived. You haven't lived. There's something very freeing about dancing in an alcoholic-themed store. It's very freeing, you know? It's like when you're stoned and you're dancing in the supermarket and you're like, holy fuck, all these cupcakes could be mine. It's magical. Try it sometime. You're welcome. Cage helped launch Johnny Depp's acting career by referring him to an agent who connected him with his first film role in Nightmare on Elm Street. The two met through Depp's ex-wife, Lori Allison, a makeup artist. I had no idea. For those of you who don't know, Johnny Depp is an awesome actor. And yeah, his first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. He got, remember he got sucked in the bed there, and then it was like just a waterfall of blood, and, they did Donnie Brasco and a whole bunch of other movies. We'll forgive him for the whole Tonto thing. It's a good paycheck, guys. Come on, you would have done the same shit. Don't give me that. Actress Kathleen Turner, who acted with Cage in the movie Peggy Sue Got Married, alleged in her 2008 memoir that he had been arrested for drunk driving and had stolen a Chihuahua. He sued her for libel, and she ended up apologizing, paying his legal fees, and making a donation to a charity. Oh. Hollywood. Cage donated $1 million to Hurricane Katrina victims. Nice guy. He has served as a UN Goodwill Ambassador for Global Justice since 2010, recently calling for greater efforts to help human trafficking victims in November 2013. See, the guy's a giver, okay? A lot of people forget about the, shit that this guy does, but there it is. And his extensive charity work in general landed him a spot on the Forbes list of the most generous celebrities in Hollywood. There you go. See? So he did get recognized. Okay, my bad. He also is on the Forbes 2012 list of Hollywood's most overpaid stars. Okay. Look, the guy's doing a lot of movies a year. It takes time, man. Time is money. He has reportedly owned castles in Germany and England. We're lacking castles over here, so you can't blame him. And reportedly an island in the Bahamas. That's awesome. I always wanted to have my own island. You go there, you chill out, relaxing on the beach, call somebody, are my castles okay? Cool, no worries. In 1997, he reportedly paid nearly $450,000 at an auction for a rare 1971 Lamborghini Miura SVJ, once owned by the late Shah of Iran, almost double its estimated worth. Okay. I always wonder, when you buy a car like that, I've always heard that Nicolas Cage loves his cars. In his movies, he a lot of times he will do his own stunts in cars, whatever. You just keep a car like that? Do you drive it a little bit? Do you say you got it from the Shah of Iran? I don't know. Or you just I picked it up from this guy, somewhere in the world, whatever. Comic book buff. Cage once owned a copy of the first Superman comic, Action Comics #1, which he called the single best investment I have ever made, in a March 2013 interview with Collider. The collectible was actually stolen in 2000 and reportedly found about a decade later in a storage locker in Southern California. Son of a bitch, man. I'd be pretty pissed. Hopefully it was insured, At one point, they wanted him to be Superman. It was supposed to happen, around, the mid-90s or something, and I don't know, it never happened. We never got a Cage Superman. He named one of his sons Kal-El after Superman's Kryptonian name. Right on. The actor and his son, Weston Cage, also produced a comic book for the Virgin Comics called Voodoo Child, which is partly set in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. That's cool. You do a little project with your kid. That's awesome. TMZ photographed him wearing 2 pairs of sunglasses in June 2013 and claimed he was committing a fashion faux pas. TMZ's opinion. That's his favorite sandwich is roast lamb on white bread with a bit of mayonnaise and arugula. He revealed in 2012 web chat with fans on Empire Magazine's website. Sounds good to me. He got a large black tattoo of a lizard in a top hat and cane to claim my own body, adding other cultures have intonations into manhood. And that's what the tattoo was for me. He told reporters for the Philadelphia Inquirer in 1994. Well, listen, if that's the craziest thing Cage has done, it's not even close. He reportedly has had a real lizard. See what I say? An Asian water monitor that he donated to the Wildlife Discovery Center in Lake Forest, Illinois, according to an interview with the museum's curator in a May 2013 Pioneer Press article. See, the list just keeps going, guys. There's no endness to the madness. He still loves reptiles, telling Vanity Fair in September 2013 that he has asked to hold a venomous snake to calm his nerves on the set of the movie Joe. See, some people, run away from danger. He just keeps it around him constantly as a reminder of, why am I doing this movie? But the feeling has not always been mutual. On Live with Kelly in March 2012, he said his Cobra, Sheba, awesome name by the way, hated him. And the way his character in Ghost Rider lunges at the victims was inspired by the way the reptile would sway back and forth and leap towards him at home. Now, I just want to say this. This is actually a pretty cool fact, simply because a lot of people, when they're method actors, they just pick up on, other people's shit, other humans' shit. Nicolas Cage is going one step further. He's taken acting lessons from his snake. And I swear to God, I'm not trying to make a joke about this. Like, literally, like, when you're a method actor, you take everything around you and make it yours. Try to make it, like, into your world. So honestly, I think that's pretty cool. On The Late Show in February 2012, Cage debunked rumors that he is a vampire. Guys, I'm telling you, we're getting deeper in the rabbit hole here. After an eBay user uploaded a photo of a Tennessee man from a Civil War era that bore a striking resemblance to the actor. "I don't drink blood," he said, "and last time I looked in the mirror, I had a reflection." He told Letterman that. I believe him too. I've seen that picture. You can look it up online. It looks very similar. Okay, people age. Some people just don't age. As fast. Look at the Keanu Reeves. I mean, that guy's. He still looks. He's. I think he's 25. That's my thing. I don't know. He's kept that same face. The long hair helps and being thin, and I don't know what that's about. A fudgesicle eating intruder once broke into his family's home at 2 a.m. when he was living in Orange County. He told reporters at the 2011 film festival where he was promoting Trespass, incidentally, a movie about thieves who target a mansion. That's fucked up. I mean, guys, again, we forget, they're living in their houses, they got the security, and then you hear these stories about people hopping fences and shit, and, it's funny, I just mentioned Keanu Reeves too, because Keanu Reeves had the same problem as well one day. He was in bed at like 4 a.m., he wakes up and he sees a woman just at his bedroom door there, just staring at him, okay? It's, it's scary, I mean, do they bring a pizza at least? Or note, 2014 also marks the 10th anniversary of the release of National Treasure, the blockbuster adventure flick in which Cage plays a researcher looking for the Declaration of Independence, on the back of which are invisible ink directions to treasure. A sequel came out in 2007. If you ever have a chance, see Andy Samberg on Saturday Night Live. Do an impersonation of Nicolas Cage. It's hilarious. They do the whole thing about National Treasure, jokes about, he should have been in other movies, why wasn't I in that one? Check it out. It's funny. In the 2012 Empire web chat, he also told fans that he would love to do a third National Treasure film in South America. Ka-ching. Because of his service to our country in National Treasure, at least 3,526 people signed an April 2013 We the People petition to give the Declaration of Independence to the actor at one point. While the movement did not receive the 100,000 signatures required for the White House response, its Facebook page is still active. I gotta wonder. Clearly, this is just a joke. I just want to know if Nicolas Cage knows that this is a joke. Please do not give this man the Declaration of Independence. Okay, Cage, I love you, buddy, but no. Fans of Cage are also devoted, so devoted that they have turned him into a meme, creating a viral GIF, which means picture in these days, of a scene in The Wicker Man, in which he screams, "Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Ah!" Classic. As the insects swarm him. Now, I never saw this movie. We're going to get to that in a little bit. How did it burn? How did it burn? I just gave you the two best scenes in that movie. But yeah, just check them out on YouTube. You'll get the gist of it. And complied all of his freakouts in movies into a YouTube supercut that has been viewed more than 10 million times. Guys, by 2021, I want that to be at least 100. Okay? Let's support the Cage. And created a website called Feeling Cagey that can be replaced by Instagram selfies with a picture of the celebrity. Perfect. And sport a bodysuit covered in photos of the actor. Even better. Or curled up in a fleece blanket bearing his likeness. Oh, jeez. And worship him on the Reddit thread, one true God. Oh, Maximus. In fact, a 20-year-old woman miraculously landed 2 job offers after accidentally emailing a photo of her star to a potential employer instead of her resume. Awesome. Awesome. And this is the power that Nicolas Cage has. The guy has got a cult following. That's what you hope for when you become a successful actor. I once heard a thing where the guy who played Mr. Belding on Saved by the Bell, he said, "I'll play Mr. Belding for the rest of my life. I don't give a shit. If that's what the people want me to do, then that's what I'll do." And that's it. You live a good lifestyle. People love you. That's it. Same thing with Cage. As far as I know, Cage has never done anything nuts in the sense, like, controversial or whatever, But, he's just loved by his fans. He's just a cool guy. Is he eccentric? I've said this 3 times probably already. Yes, of course he is. But he's a cool dude. So that's why I don't understand the whole filmography. I mean, like, I do in the 80s and 90s, that I get, maybe a little bit in the early thousands, but, it gets really rocky at one point. So I like to finally get into that and just look over good old Nicolas Coppola, Kim Cage's resume. Now, the first thing he was ever in was a film called, it was a TV movie actually, called The Best of Times. He played Nicolas as Nicolas Coppola. Now, I've never heard of this. I'm looking at the picture right now for the movie. If you go on YouTube, put in Travis Scott, highest in the room. There's that part in the video where, like, it shows his head with a whole bunch of other heads, and it's like sneaking past a whole bunch of other heads. Just picture that with all Nicolas Cage heads, and that's what it looks like. Or go on imdb.com and check it out for yourself. The point is, I don't know what this movie's about. Here's the lives of 7 teenage friends in 1981, singing, dancing, and breaking the fourth wall. Didn't get the best rating, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, the movie poster alone has me intrigued. But the first movie I ever saw him in, and I thought it was his first thing he ever did, was Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is a classic teenage movie. It is not the best teen movie of all time. The Breakfast Club is. I'm going to talk about that one day, but for now, that's it, okay? John Hughes is the man, okay? Don't forget that. Anyways, he played Brad's bud as Nicolas Coppola. Yes, he is actually in this movie. He's actually in the background, working at the fast food restaurant. I think flipping some burgers, whatever, in the back. I think he might have one line in there. You can clearly see it's him. And Yeah, I think he's the only one that never shows up at the reunions. But yeah, that's there you go. Now, Valley Girl. I never saw this movie. It's got a little decent rating. Judging by the movie poster, it is extremely 80s. He's got kind of a Mohawk YMCA vibe kind of going there. I don't know. Julie, a girl from the valley, meets Randy, a punk from the city. They are from different worlds and find love. Somehow, they need to stay together in spite of her trendy, shallow friends. So, in other words, it's a movie from the 80s. Rumble Fish. Let me tell you guys something. This is an awesome movie. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Okay? Now, a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, you just put him in there because he's related to him, whatever. Bullshit. Okay? He was great in it. You got Dennis Hopper in this movie. Okay? You got Mickey Rourke. You got Diane Lane. You got Vince Spano. You got Nicolas Cage, of course. You got Chris Penn. You got Lawrence Fishburne. This movie is awesome. Okay, it's kind of like an Outsiders kind of thing, which was also done by Francis Ford Coppola. I highly recommend this movie. This is a great movie. It's in black and white, nice and classy, but great movie. I don't want to even talk about it because you just have to go see it, plain and simple. Racing with the Moon. Never heard of this movie. In 1942, California, two young men await induction into the U.S. Marines and say goodbye to their girlfriends. Okay. It's him and Sean Penn. Okay. Yeah, I never saw it. I mean, it got a little decent rating. It looks like it's got potential. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll check it out. Yeah, keep in mind, guys, when I do these reviews, I love movies. You guys all know that, right? Like my two fans out there know that, right? But you know, I can't see every movie. I'd like to, maybe one day, you know, when I officially retire. But hey, until then, just you know, do what's right. The Cotton Club. I heard of this movie. Again, this is directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I've never seen this movie. It's one of these movies that I've always wanted to see. I just never had the chance to. Got a lot of good people in it. Yeah, I would check it out. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I would definitely check it out. Birdie. We talked about that before. I remember seeing a little bit of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. But yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's a good little movie. So far, so good. It's a good little movie. Stars the one dude that I like in, I don't know, he did that other movie that I like. What's it called? The one where they play the Madonna song. You know what I'm talking about. It's like a coming of age movie. What's it called? Vision Quest. There you go. Yeah, so decent little movie. So far from what I've seen, so far so good. So why not? Check it out. The Boy in Blue. Didn't get the best rating. Never saw this one. Based on the life of Ned Hanlan, the late 19th century Canadian scholar and world champion. Alain was one of the first scholars to successfully utilize the sliding seat. Okay, so it's about, the whole rowing thing, whatever. I don't know. I never saw it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, should I feel bad that I'm Canadian? I didn't see this movie, or I don't know. Do I get a pass? Okay. Peggy Sue Got Married. Okay. Yeah, and again, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I've never seen this movie. Never seen this movie. I heard good things about it. What does it say here? Peggy Sue faints at a high school reunion. When she wakes up, she finds herself in her own past just before she finishes school. Oh, it's one of those movies. Okay, you got amnesia for a while. You got to do shit over, and then you get redemption, whatever. And yeah, okay, all right, that's cool. I'll check that out. All right, that's cool. Here we go. Okay. Raising Arizona. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. For the last, let's say, you know what, even when I started this podcast, okay, I've been determined to make a top 10 comedy movies of all time, okay? Every time when I think I have it just, it's gone. You know, like another movie comes in there and I'm like, ah, shit, I got to start all over. So, Raising Arizona is one of those movies that a lot of people always forget about, but this movie is fucking hilarious. But people know about this movie. I mean, it's got a great cast of people, done by the Coen brothers. Enough said. Yeah, this movie's hilarious. Again, I'm not going to talk about it. It's just a funny movie. Okay? It's about an ex-cop, decide to help themselves to one other's family quintuplets. Their lives become more complicated than they anticipated. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Check it out. So the reason why I said the top 10 movies before is because would you consider this one of your top 10 comedy movies of all time? I don't know. I don't know. And so the dance continues. Moonstruck. Okay. So, we all know this movie. Good little movie. I saw it a couple years ago for the first time. I liked it. You know, I thought it was like a whole Cher thing or singing or whatever. I liked it. It was good. You know, Nicolas Cage plays her boyfriend there, and you know, he's making bread all day in some kind of weird basement. And I liked it. I thought this was a very good movie, very entertaining movie. I dated a girl one time. She told me to see this. I was like, I don't know if you know anything about movies. She's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. Yeah, you do. Back and forth, blah, 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 blah. But that was the back and forth that Cher and Nicolas Cage had. Boom. That's how that works. Never on Tuesday. He says he's uncredited. Never heard of this movie. Did not get a good rating. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Time to Kill. Okay. Didn't get a good rating. I said it before, guys, and I'll say it again. Sometimes when you look at a movie poster, you can just tell the actor is not into it. If you see the movie poster for this one, which it doesn't even look like a movie poster, it looks like one of those things where, you know, they maybe became famous later on and they just put him in there, and, you know, like he's got kind of that Cage look where, you know, he's kind of pissed off, but at the same time content, you know, so, yeah. Firebirds. I think I've heard of this one. I don't know. It did not get a good rating. Tommy Lee Jones is in it. Okay. Yeah, I never saw this one. Never saw this one. I'm assuming it's got something to do with helicopters. Industry Symphony number 1, The Dream of the Brokenhearted. David Lynch. Oh, shit. Okay. Laura Dern. Cool. 7 out of 10. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, I never heard of this. Why have I never heard of this? I'm a huge David Lynch fan. What the fuck? The performer of Twin Peaks theme, Julia Cruz's experimental concert film. Huh. I'm definitely going to have to check this out. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'll learn something new every day. Zandali. Zandali, maybe? I don't know. Wow, if you look at this movie poster, Nicolas Cage looks fucked up in this one. Yeah, he's... I don't know if he's like a killer or a pervert. I don't know. Didn't get a good rating. You know, do what you got to do, I guess. I don't know. Honeymoon in Vegas. Okay, now, did this movie get the best rating? No. But does it have some good jokes in it? Does it have Sarah Jessica Parker and James Caan in it? Yes, it does. I like this movie. It's a little cute little movie. I thought it was funny when all the Elvis impersonators fly out of the plane. It was good. It's a cute little rom-com, I guess. I like it. I like it. I don't care what you say. I like it. Amos and Andy. I actually remember this movie. This is actually one of the first, other than Goodfellas, of course, but one of the first movies I actually saw Samuel Jackson in. I remember that. I live close to a hospital. Anyways, so yeah, I think it was something to do with them switching places or something. Like I remember this is almost like a poor man's version of Trading Places, sort of. I wasn't really into it. I don't know. Yeah, Red Rock West. Love this movie. Love this movie. Okay, again, you got Dennis Hopper in there. We missed that motherfucker. Rest in peace. Very cool movie. Okay? Check it out. I'm not going to say any more. The title itself should say everything. But in all honesty, I'm being serious. Check out this movie. Deadfall. Um, oof, 4 out of 10. Not good. I never heard of it. You got James Colburn in it. Yeah, I never heard of it. Okay. Guarding Tess. Okay. You know what? I remember the movie poster. I do. He's was it a former U.S. First Lady, wants a particular Secret Service agent to head her bodyguard detail, even though he can't stand her. Oh, classic 90s comedies where people get paired up together and don't like each other, and then they respect each other at the end. Fuck, okay. It could happen to you. Okay, I do remember this movie. This is actually based on a true story. I was told, by the way. It says a police officer promises to share his lottery ticket with a waitress in lieu of the tip. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. After seeing this movie, I would never ever do that because they end up winning, I think, and they have to split the prize, and I mean that is a hell of a tip. So I mean, it was an okay movie, kind of a cute little rom-com again, and yeah, there you go. Trapped in Paradise. Okay. Yeah, this movie was not good. I'm not gonna lie to you. 3 really funny guys. Okay, Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz, Dana Carvey. Yeah, I don't think Dana Carvey would be able to pull off this role today without getting some shit for it. But yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't there. I mean, the premise. It wasn't well executed. I'll just say that. It's about 3 guys. They're trying to hide out after a bank robber or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Kiss of Death. I sort of remember this movie. How weird is it seeing Nicolas Cage with like a really thick beard? I mean, like usually when you see guys with like thick beards like that, they're like, 400 pounds. But I don't know. Was it a reformed convict goes undercover with the help of an angry detective to ensnare a psychotic mobster? What's funny about this? I think this is the movie where I think Nicolas Cage was like in jail or something, and he hated the taste of metal, like so he couldn't eat with like a fork and spoon. It had to always be plastic for some reason. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna bother doing the research. I'm pretty sure that's the movie, but I don't know. I think it's the best rating anyway, so I don't know. Yeah, now I do know. Leaving Las Vegas. So here's the film, guys, that basically brought Nicolas Cage to that A+ level. Him and Elizabeth Shue were excellent in it. He plays a Hollywood screenwriter who's lost everything because of his alcoholism. So he decides to go to Vegas and just drink himself literally to death. And he did a great job in it. I mean, there's times where you're laughing with him, but at times it's like, holy fuck, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's just a movie, but still, like, you get lost in it. And he did an excellent job. Excellent job. And he won the Oscar for it. So, yeah. And then after that, you started seeing Nicolas Cage in a lot more shit. Not that you didn't see him in shit before, but now it's just next level. Welcome to the Rock. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Now, I can't say enough good things about this movie. This movie has a 7.4 out of 10 rating on IMDb, and it is well deserved. Now, you can say what you want about Michael Bay ruining a lot of my cartoons that I grew up with, but I will forever love Michael Bay for The Rock. The Rock is an awesome movie. You got Connery, you got Cage, you got Harris, you got a whole bunch of other dudes that you've seen in other movies. And you're like, hey, that's that guy. Hey, that's that guy. Hey, that's that guy. Hey, that's that guy. Awesome movie. Great action. It's about this dude played by Connery. He gets a second chance after being in jail for all this time. And he's teamed up with a scientist played by Cage. That's right, scientist played by Cage. And Ed Harris, he's the mad general, takes over Alcatraz there, and then they gotta help. A whole bunch of shit blows up. It's fucking awesome. Okay, I'm not even trying to make a joke out of this. It is awesome. This movie is awesome. What do you say we cut the chit chat? A-hole. Your best. Losers always complain about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Ariel was the prom queen. Really? Yeah. See this movie. If you are a fan of action movies, see this movie. Con Air. Now, a lot of people hate this movie. A lot of people love this movie. I like this movie. Cheesy one-liners. Good back and forth dialogue. I liked it. A lot of cool people in it. Dave Chappelle's even in it for a little bit. It doesn't end well for him, but the point is, it's a good little movie. Is it as good as The Rock? Fuck no. But it's a good little movie, and I enjoyed it. And you might too. Put the bunny back in the box. How do I live without you? Face Off. You guys know how much I like the movie The Rock, right? Okay. Face Off is just as good. Not going to say it's better, but it's just as good. Now, this was also a time where John Travolta was still making good movies, okay? So the timing was really good, okay? So a couple years before, John Travolta did Pulp Fiction, Nicolas Cage, his star is rising there. Together, what do? Boom, make Face Off. And what is this movie about? What is this movie really about? It's about a guy who wants to catch this other guy for killing his kid, and someone made a good point saying that at one point, when he accidentally shot his kid instead of him, he could have just shot the other guy there, but then there wouldn't be much of a movie. Then they decide to switch heads, and he's not happy with his chin, and I could eat a peach for hours, and all this shit happens, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is the 90s action movie at its best, okay? Directed by John Woo. Boom, enough said, okay? Check out this movie. You will be happy. I promise. I promise. I swear. I wouldn't lie to you. City of Angels. Now, I never saw this movie. Isn't this the movie where that Goo Goo Doll song was a huge hit or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Or maybe that's the Travolta movie. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, I never saw this movie. This looks like kind of a little cheap rom-com. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe women like it. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my thing. I'm just saying. But they look like they had a good time making it. So there you go. Snake Eyes. I remember seeing this movie at the drive-in. All right. Now, this movie's okay. Brian De Palma, it's not his best movie, not his worst. It's okay. The whole point is he's a cop and he's trying to find out who got murdered in a snuff film. For those of you who don't know what a snuff film is, that's actually a good thing, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It's about, I believe it's according to the movie here, it's about people that make porn, and then the person gets killed after sex. So, yeah, that's some Black Widow shit right there. But yeah, he's trying to find the killer, and it's okay. It has its moments. Like I said, check it out if you want. 8mm. I just realized something. I just totally fucked up there. You know what? I usually edit shit out like this. You know what? I'm a man. I can admit my mistakes. 8mm, I'm sorry, guys, is about the snuff film. Snake Eyes is about, what the fuck is Snake Eyes about? I don't know. I forgot. A shitty police detective finds himself in the middle of a murder conspiracy at an important boxing match oh, yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Okay, yeah. I don't know. They're both the same. I mean, they're both decent movies. Listen, if you're a Cage fan, you'll enjoy these movies. I mean, the whole, the 90s, man. I mean, this was Cage's time, the 90s. Why do I sound like Jack Nicholson? I don't know. But I'm telling you, this was his time. Him, Jim Carrey's time, for some reason, they put a bunch of dinosaurs in movies. I don't know. But yeah, both movies are decent. I like them. Okay, Bringing Out the Dead. Directed by one of my Italian gods, Martin Scorsese. Good little movie. I liked it. I think it's underrated, this movie. A lot of people always forget about this movie. Good little movie. He plays a paramedic, and he just deals with the whole insomnia thing, because he works the midnight shift, and he's just dealing with a whole bunch of crazy shit in New York City. Yeah. There you go. I would check it out. I would. I really would, honestly. Gone in 60 Seconds. Okay, here we go. Here's an excuse for Nicolas Cage to drive every fucking car out there and make out with Angelina Jolie. Yep, life is rough. Listen, a lot of people shit on this movie, because, they say, oh, the plot's stupid, whatever. Like, listen, you don't watch these movies, okay, for the fucking plot details and all that, okay? You watch it for the cool cars, the racing scenes and all this shit. I mean, that's why you watch it, okay? It's a cool little movie, good cast of people, okay? Just shut up and watch it and just enjoy the show. The Family Man. Okay, so this is a big difference between the last movie I just talked about. Brett Ratner. Okay, that's a long story there. But anyways, yeah. So Family Man. He plays a family man, and it's one of those things where like he visions or like what life could have been. So Don Cheadle, puts him in this realm, whatever. Oh, this is what life could be for you if you have chosen this woman, and yeah, it's a decent little movie. I liked it. It's very sweet, actually. What would you do though? Would you go back and take a chance with a lost love, or would you just move on? I don't know. Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Oh, Christ. Okay, listen. I know Nicolas Cage is part Italian or whatever, but that's no excuse to do a movie and sound like Chef Boyardee. This was just stupid, okay? I'm going to assume, you did this movie because Penelope Cruz is in it. Listen, Brando did a lot of shit movies, but, he, his history. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. A Christmas Carol. Okay, this is a cartoon. Yeah, he plays the voice of Marley. Who's Marley in Christmas Carol? I forgot. Well, anyways, I said it before and I'll say it again. You do a voiceover thing, good little paycheck. Cool. Wind Talkers. I remember this movie. It was okay, war movie. About two U.S. Marines, World War II. Decent little movie. It's okay, it has its moments. It's got the Canadian boy Adam Beach in it. Cool dude. Mark Ruffalo's in this movie too. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. Christian Slater. Okay. It has its moments. It's all right. Sunny. This is the only movie I know of that Nicolas Cage directed. Stars James Franco. Didn't get the best rating. I never saw this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Hey, look, sometimes you dribble and you shoot, you hope for the best. Adaptation. Now, this is an interesting, fucked up, and good movie at the same time. A lovelorn screenwriter becomes desperate as he tries and fails to adapt The Orchid Thief by Susan Orlean for the screen. So, the whole point of this is he plays two dudes. He's trying to get a script going here. Spike Jonze directed it. If you know anything about that guy, he's always going to keep you interested on the screen. Very interesting movie. I don't give a lot away because there's a couple plot twists here and there, whatever. But I don't know. At one point, it looks like they're sniffing green cocaine. It's just a very interesting movie. So definitely check that out. Cage was really good in it too. So Meryl Streep in there. How can you lose? Matchstick Men. I like this movie a lot. Director Ridley Scott. Basically about two salesmen, trying to swindle people out of money. Then they recruit this kid, and because the kid can do things they can't, and Sam Rockwell's in it, and check it out. Another good movie. Okay, a lot of people don't talk about this one either, but this is a really good movie as well. National Treasure. Okay, now a lot of people love this movie. Here's my thing. Okay, so this is where the Cajuanites come into play here, and I want you guys to be honest with me. Do you like this movie because you feel it's good, or do you like this movie because it's cagey? Okay, just be honest with me. I don't know. I watched this movie. It was okay. We got to steal the Declaration of Independence. Is it like it was okay? I mean, it wasn't anything, like holy shit, I don't know. It was okay for me. It was okay, I mean, it's kind of I wouldn't say it's a kids movie, but more PG-13 kids, friendly. I don't know, whatever. Okay. Lord of War. Okay, another very underrated movie by Nicolas Cage. And chances are you've probably never even heard of it. Now, this is a cool dude. Or he thinks he's a cool dude, but really he's, selling guns to arms dealers. And, at the same time, he's trying to impress this woman. And it deals with a lot of shit. But it's a really good movie. A lot of good details went into this one. And I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, fortunately, I almost hate to say this, but this is one of the last... Maybe a lot of people would even consider it one of his last good roles he's ever done, and this is where it's gonna get worse here, guys. Just bear with me. The Weatherman. I remember seeing this movie in theaters. It was okay. It was all right. I mean, wasn't anything like holy shit, but it was a decent little role with Cage. Plays a weatherman. As the title says, Michael Caine is his father, and he deals with some things. So it's a decent little movie. I like it. The Ant Bully. I don't know what this is. It's a cartoon. Okay. Paul Giamatti, Nicolas Cage, Julia Roberts. Like I said, nice little paycheck. Okay. World Trade Center. Okay. No, this didn't get the best rating. I mean, I think a lot of people, and I kind of agree with this, I think, this literally came out like 5 years after it happened. I think it's a little too soon there, but I never saw this. yeah, too soon, man. Too soon. The Wicker Man. Okay, so wow, 3.7 out of 10. Holy shit. Yeah, this is where it really starts to go downhill. Yeah. Yeah, this was like a remake of another movie, I think, in the past or whatever. And yeah, this is yeah, a lot of people consider it so bad it's good, because it's just Nicolas Cage being cagey again, and it just yeah. Ghost Rider. Okay, so after X-Men hit, a couple other superhero movies came out. They're like, let's give Nicolas Cage a chance at this, and yeah, it's yeah, not good, not good. I remember like the special effects. Yeah, I mean, even for the time, they didn't look that good, and I don't know. I don't know. Eva Mendes is in it, so that's good. Grindhouse, Fu Manchu. He was in this, really? I don't remember him in this. Hold on. It says he was uncredited. Segment Werewolf Women of the SS. Huh. I did not know that. Next. No, the movie Next. I remember watching this movie. I remember my buddy brought it over for us to watch. This was a horrible movie. This might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I can't help you, man. I'm sorry. This is 6.2. I think that's even too generous. Although I heard the movie was a hit, I think I said that before, but I don't know. Something to do with time travel, or I don't give a fuck. National Treasure, Book of Secrets. I never saw this one. I wasn't really that big of a fan of the first one to see the next one. So, if you like the first one, maybe you'll like the second one. I don't know. Who knows? Bangkok Dangerous. Okay, this is, the irony is we're ending up in some really fucking dangerous territory now. Yeah, I've never seen this. Yeah, basically, like, at this point, like, I'm just gonna, fuck it. I'm gonna list off all these movies. Let's just see if we've heard maybe a couple of them. Knowing, I heard about this movie. This has something to do with him on a plane or something, and whatever. Fuck, I never saw this shit. G-Force. It's a cartoon about talking guinea pigs. Okay, all right. Hey, you know what? Easy paycheck. Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Look, again, this is one of these movies where it's not good, but because Nicolas Cage is in it, it's got those, cagey moments. I remember, the only scene I really remember in this movie is there's one point where I remember Exhibit, the rapper, he's in it. I remember the host of Pimp My Ride, and then the Restless LP, awesome album, by the way. They just shoot a bunch of guys, they shoot the one guy, whatever, and then Nicolas Cage is still shooting him, and like everyone's like, why do you keep shooting at him? And Nicolas Cage just goes, his soul is still dancing, and Exhibit's like, hey, you're a crazy motherfucker, and that's the highlight of the movie for me, guys. But if you want to see the actual good version of Bad Lieutenant, see the one came out, I believe, in the early 90s, obviously called Bad Lieutenant, with Harvey Keitel. It is fucking awesome. See that one. Astro Boy, he did a voice in this one. Again, like, there's certain cartoons. It's like when they tried to remake Speed Racer. The reason why these cartoons work is because of the animation back in the day. So they try to remake this shit and make it look all new and everything. It just doesn't work. I mean, like me, I never saw this, but, again, hey, what I say before, I'll say it again. Easy paycheck. Now, Kick-Ass, okay? They made 2 Kick-Ass movies. Second one, a lot of people say it wasn't as good as the first one. The first one, ironically, kicked ass. And Nicolas Cage was in this one. And he played the kid's father there, and he was great in it. I mean, he kind of looked like Batman, I guess, with the suit and whatever. But I thought he was great in this. So yeah, definitely check that one out. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Um, the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I won a pre-screening of this movie. Yes, I did. Holy shit, I remember. Yeah. And guys, keep in mind, I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of times, you date a woman and you're like, oh, I got a screening thing. Oh, let's go. Sure, okay. So, I didn't expect a lot from this movie. I'm just like, you know what? Let's just go. It's free movies, cool. I saved a couple bucks, and yeah, I mean, it was a decent little movie. You know, yeah, more of a kids movie, but whatever. It's all right. It's all right. Season of the Witch. Never heard of it. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Drive Angry. This movie I actually heard a lot about. It didn't get the best rating, but it's kind of become a cult classic. Some people consider that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll check it out one day. We'll see. Seeking Justice. Okay, now we're entering just territory. I don't know if these movies went straight to video, if they're in theaters for 3 weeks. I don't know. Who knows? I've never heard of this movie, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Trespass. I don't know. It's her and Nicole Kidman. Not the best rating. Again, when you look at a movie poster, guys, sometimes you just know it's not going to be good. I mean, Nicolas Cage is being held by Nicole Kidman. That alone, I would do the movie for. But they're kind of like looking at something and they're like, "Oh shit, what happened here?" Joel Schumacher, cool motherfucker, but I've never seen this movie. I've never even heard of it. Sorry. Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Why would they make a second one? I have no idea. Yeah, okay. All right. Sure. Stolen. Yeah, I don't know. It says 12 hours, 10 million, one kidnapped daughter. Stolen. Sure. Sorry, I just have to stop at one point here. I mean, like, what? I mean, okay, so I made a joke before about the whole dinosaur heads thing, and he bought way too much property. At this point of Cage's life, he lost a lot of money, and he had to make up for it. And and apparently we're all paying for it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Fuck. The Crows, again, cartoon, paycheck, boom. Yeah, the Frozen Ground. I mean, oh God, John Cusack's in this. Oh, gee. That's another guy. Like, what happened to that guy? I mean, oh fuck, man. I mean, oh Jesus. Okay. Frozen Ground, really? I mean, that's the best title we can come up with, eh? Oh no, here's another good title, Joe. I got a pretty decent rating. I actually do remember this. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it. I didn't see the big deal in this. Sorry, man. I don't know. Just I don't know. Rage. It's what I feel right now doing this. Yeah, okay, 5 out of 10. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Outcasts, no, not the group, the movie, which nobody ever heard of, which has the guy that apparently everybody hates in Star Wars. What's his name? Hayden Christensen. Yeah, okay. I don't know, man. You're a Canadian boy. I don't hate you, man. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. If I had the chance to work in Nicolas Cage, I'd do it too. I don't give a shit. Left Behind. Um, uh, Again, if you look at the movie poster, there's a huge fire behind him. He's looking into the abyss. I don't know if it's just me. If you have the chance to look at this poster, he kind of looks like a sort of a young Elvis in this one, a little bit. Apparently, he was an Elvis fan. We all know this, and yeah, I mean, someone should tell him just to turn around and the fire is that way. Try to put it out, I guess. I don't know. Dying of the light. I'm dying here. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. I got nothing. Dying. Oh Christ. Again, the runner. The runner. I was judging by the background. It's got something to do with the government. I don't give a fuck. I don't know, something to do with oil spills. I mean, that obviously that is a problem. It's just, I mean, is Nicolas Cage gonna solve that? Okay. Pay the Ghost. Pay the Ghost. Pay the Ghost. Okay. The Trust. Listen, years ago I trusted him to do better movies, but yeah, I guess we both got fucked here. And now you're bringing Elijah Wood in this too. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn. I remember placing a bet with my buddy years ago, just a friendly bet. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, Elijah Wood will have a better career than Macaulay Culkin. And that's no disrespect against Macaulay Culkin. I love Macaulay Culkin, for Home Alone and Uncle Buck forever. But, I don't know. Elijah Wood seems like a serious dude. If you ever, he did a movie called The Green Street Hooligans. I heard they made two and even a third one. Just see the first one. It stars the guy that was in Sons of Anarchy, the blonde guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, Jesus. I mean, I don't know. Like, it is a good paycheck at least. Like, I don't know. Just fuck. Dog Eat Dog. Decent little game show. Never heard of this movie. William Dafoe. Wow. Okay. So now we're dragging William Dafoe into this shit. Okay. Yeah. 4.7 out of 10. Oh, damn. This is very confusing. This is I don't understand this. Okay, now Snowden. Now, I like this movie. Good movie. Obviously, it's about the guy who released all that information. Some people liked him, some people don't. The guy that take off to Russia, whatever. I don't know. Directed by Oliver Stone. Okay, well, I don't have to talk about him. We all know his work. We all know he kicks ass. I remember he had a little role in this, Nicolas Cage, and he was all right. It was just he was in it for like a few minutes. Quick little boom, boom, boom. That's it. So good movie. Check it out. USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage. Again, when you see one of these movie posters, I mean, this shit is just, it's, like try to make it believable. Like they're all, like I get it. You take different shots and you group it all together and post and, fuck, man. Dude, what the fuck happened? Army of One. I feel alone doing this. Russell Brand. Oh, geez, next. Good Lord. No. You know what? Wait. Russell Brand, listen, man. I think you're a funny guy. I don't know what you were thinking remaking Arthur. Okay, I just got to put that out there. So, all right, whatever. Arsenal. Again, John Cusack. Okay. And the guy from Entourage here. Okay. Yeah, sure. Vengeance, a love story. Okay. I don't. A single mother seeking to bring her rapist to justice. I hope it works out. I mean, these are just you guys are killing me here, man. Invincible. Huh. Oh God, I am I'm so drained, guys. I just and I'm still on 2017. Holy shit. Mom and dad. I wish my mom and dad would just pull me out of this podcast. Yeah. I don't know. Again, guys, if anybody's ever heard of any of these movies, please just let me know. Make a comment. Say if, maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know. The Humanity Bureau, sorry. Bureau, I think it fucking matters. Okay. Dark. Wow, they gave this, interesting. They gave this a 7.9 out of 10. Huh? There's no, what? No. See, again, IMDb is pretty reliable. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This is I don't know. It says here, Paul Schrader was not allowed to come out with the version he desired for Dying of the Light. He took the studio cut and modified it with his artistic license to achieve a closer version. Okay. That happens. I mean, a lot of times they make a movie and they don't like it. It's got to cut down from, I don't know, whatever, rated R to PG, and then it ruins the movie, and then later on the good cut comes out. So, yeah, I mean, this might be a good movie. I mean, how the fuck are people going to know? But, it could be a good movie. Mandy. I heard a couple things about this movie. Like, this is going to bring Nicolas Cage back to thing. I tried to watch it, man. I couldn't even get through it, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. Looking Glass. Yeah, it looks like on the movie poster he's looking through glass. Yes. 211. Me personally, I'd rather see a 112 movie, but okay, that's just me. Teen Titans Go to the movies. It seems to be a popular series, and yeah, they got Nicolas Cage to do a voice. They even they got him to play Superman. There you go. So he finally plays Superman, and Michael Bolton plays a tiger. Okay. Between Worlds. Yeah. It seems like 1 out of every 5 movies Nicolas Cage does, he has to deal with a fire. I don't know, Is there not any water where he lives, or I don't know? Okay. Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse. Okay, like I said before, I didn't know he was in this. Spider-Man Noir. Okay, so there you go. A Score to Settle. Yeah, okay. He's gonna get his revenge. Color Out the Space. Of Space, sorry. My bad. Wow, this movie oh jeez. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of things happening on this movie poster. Did someone say purple? Yeah, I don't, okay. Running with the Devil. Him and Lawrence Fishburne. Okay, so now you got to bring down Lawrence Fishburne. Okay. Oh man, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, so we finally entered 2019. Oh Jesus. Okay, Kill Chain. Kill the Chain. Okay, I'm tired, guys. I don't know what to tell you here. We're almost done. Don't worry. Primal. He fights a cougar. I don't know, like an actual cougar. Sure. Okay. Grand Isle. Wow, wow. Look at the movie poster for this, guys. Remember those commercials with the caveman? Holy shit. Kelsey Grammer's in this. Okay. Kelsey, man, we need some more Frasier shows. Okay, please. Okay, just yeah. Jiu-Jitsu, which is in the making. A new sci-fi martial arts franchise from Dimitri Logothesis. Sounds Greek, so I'm gonna have to check it out. Director-producer of Kickboxer Retaliation. Okay, so you never know. These movies could be good. You don't know. I mean, like I said, guys, I'm open to any idea for movies. Van Damme, the last couple of years, has made a couple sequels to Kickboxer. They haven't been that bad. Like, if you're a fan of Kickboxer, you'll enjoy the movies. So who knows? Maybe this could be, I don't know, a new thing here. I don't know. You don't know until it comes out. I mean, it's going to be in theaters. I don't know. Who knows? Prisoners of Ghostland. A notorious criminal must break an evil curse in order to rescue an abducted girl who has mysteriously disappeared. Okay. I don't know. Everyone seems to disappear in this world. I don't know. He's like a Harrison Ford type. I don't know. But, I want my family. Pig. A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregon wilderness must return to his past in Portland in search of beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. I don't know. Guys, your thoughts. The Croods 2, again, easy paycheck, whatever. Wally's Wonderland. Holy fuck, look at this fucking poster. Again with the purple. Yeah, oh, jeez. Maybe it's a haunted carnival, maybe? Yeah, okay, maybe. And, last, but I absolutely guarantee you not least, 10-0. And he plays Detective Damon Reeves, is infamous for crossing the line when he has to, after several fellow officers are killed in a brazen public shootout with bank robbers. Reeves and his partner, Detective Angela LaVue, set out on a personal vendetta to hunt down the cop killers. As they get closer to solving the crime, they soon find themselves the targets of a conspiracy in the ranks of the police force as the investigation leads right back to them. Oh, and we're done. Holy cow. Wow, I thought Sonic had a lot of shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Guys, what can I tell you? I mean, castles cost money. It just... if we've learned anything from Nicolas Cage, just one, spend your money wisely. And two, basically, don't be afraid to be yourself. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're making fun of all these movies he's done that we never heard of, but he's still probably getting at least I'm assuming at least $1 million per picture, or maybe more probably, so who's really the jerk offs? Us. So, but at the same time, I don't know, he was a really respected actor, man, and he had the whole method shit down, and the quirks and shit, and I don't know. At one point, I heard he owned a hippo, or I don't know what the fuck. But the point is, Nicolas Cage is always going to be Nicolas Cage. It's just the way it is. So, I mean, can he make a comeback somehow? Will he be in that one movie that brings him back again? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Time will tell. As Jimmy Fallon would say on Celebrity Jeopardy, you got lights, you got cameras, bitchin' technology. Nicolas Cage will always be a cool and very interesting individual who is destined for stardom. Ready for the big time, baby! If you're Sean Archer, I guess I'm Castor Troy. No, you're not. You're Nicolas Cage.